It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. It is better to be alone than in bad company. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led, like sheep to the slaughter. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Associate yourself with men of good quality. If you esteem your own reputation, for 'tis better to be alone than in bad company. A sensible woman can never be happy with a fool. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind, than on the externals in the world. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Experience teaches us that it is much easier to prevent an enemy from posting themselves than it is to dislodge them after they have got possession. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. The turning points of lives are not the great moments. The real crises are often concealed in occurrences so trivial in appearance that they pass unobserved. In politics as in philosophy, my tenets are few and simple. Truth will ultimately prevail where there is pains to bring it to light. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. Observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable, procures success to the weak, and esteem to all. Let us raise a standard to which the wise and honest can repair, the rest is in the hands of God. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. The Constitution is the guide which I never will abandon. My first wish is to see this plague of mankind, war, banished from the earth. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone, and let your hand give in proportion to your purse. True friendship is a plant of slow growth. True friendship must undergo and withstand the shocks of adversity, before it is entitled to the appellation. Let us with caution indulge the supposition that morality can be maintained without religion. Reason and experience both forbid us to expect that national morality can prevail in exclusion of religious principle. It will be found an unjust and unwise jealousy to deprive a man of his natural liberty upon the supposition he may abuse it. It is impossible to reason without arriving at a supreme being. My observation is that whenever one person is found adequate to the discharge of a duty, it is worse executed by two persons, and scarcely done at all if three or more are employed therein. Bad seed is a robbery of the worst kind. For your pocketbook not only suffers by it, but your preparations are lost and a season passes away unimproved. But lest some unlucky event should happen unfavorable to my reputation, I beg it may be remembered by every gentleman in the room that I this day declare with the utmost sincerity, I do not think myself equal to the command I am honored with. A primary object should be the education of our youth in the science of government. In a republic, what species of knowledge can be equally important? And what duty more pressing than communicating it to those who are to be the future guardians of the liberties of the country? Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. A free people ought not only to be armed, but disciplined. They should promote such manufactories as tends to render them independent of others for essential, particularly military, supplies. Is to be honest and just ourselves and to exact it from. 99% of failures come from people who make excuses. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. There is nothing which can better deserve our patronage than the promotion of science and literature. Knowledge is in every country the surest basis of public happiness. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind, than on the externals in the world. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. The turning points of lives are not the great moments. The real crises are often concealed in occurrences so trivial in appearance that they pass unobserved. I conceive a knowledge of books as the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built.